Today what we're going to do is look at this sample project, which has many of the techniques that we haven't done yet. This sample project will cover the techniques of stay stitching, a centered zipper, facings on the armhole and neckline, understitching to hold that facing down, a collar, a sleeve, and using the blind hem stitch on your sewing machine with the blind hem foot. And this is just a sample. The first thing we want to do is lay out our pattern. You have a set of directions that you can follow along with the techniques that we're going to be doing. I have a layout diagram here that I'm going to be using. You need 3/4 of a yard of fabric, and it is folded in half. My selvage edge is at the top, my fold is at the bottom, and I'm going to be following this layout. The first part of the layout is on a fold, a lengthwise fold, selvage edges together. And remember that when you have pattern pieces like here that have lines in them, that means you place them upside down. So the first thing we'll do is lay out our large pieces. The bodice back gets laid along the selvage edge, and we will measure that for straight of grain. The bodice front gets placed on the fold. Then we have our two facings and the collar. And the center front facing gets placed on the fold right here. The center back facing gets placed along the selvage edge right there, not on the selvage. And the collar piece has a straight of grain, so it has to fit right here. Then what we'll do is quickly measure the straight of grain. And that's right there, and we'll pin that down quickly and put a few pins in that to hold it. This also has a straight of grain that I can see through there, and we'll pin that down. The collar has a straight of grain, so we're looking at that too to make sure that's straight. And I'm just tacking these down very quickly. The bodice front goes along the fold, right here, and the front facing also goes along the fold. So you can have pieces close, just don't have them overlap. Okay, those pieces are tacked down, and I will double check them and then pin them more securely and cut them out. Then what you need to do before you cut anything is you want to take a look at these three pieces that will be put on here. This is showing you that it's a single cut of fabric because we only need one armhole facing of these two pieces and one sleeve for our sample. So piece number 8 goes right here, and I'll check the straight of grain, and piece number 7 goes right here, and we'll check the straight of grain. Then when I open this up, there's enough room for piece number 3 for the sleeve. And what I do is then cut right along here, open up this fabric, and lay these on a single cut. So I only have one piece of all of those. And that's how you get your fabric ready for your sample. Those are the pieces that you need.